my God. Chris?
Meg?
From arming a baby to indulging in taboo passions between siblings, this show has conjured truly dark moments. And here's our top 10 list of the darkest moments in Family Guy. Number 10. Peter blows up a hospital.
Peter, is that you on TV right now?
Oh yeah, that's my anti-vaccination PSA.
Who could forget the time when the Griffins campaigned against vaccinations? And that's not even the darkest part of the story yet.
Hi, I'm a medical guy, and I'm here to give you the facts about Vax. Fact. Vaccinations cause autism, paralysis, and even...
Upon discovering the potential side effects of vaccinations, Lois and Peter decide to launch a full-on anti-vax campaign, causing a resurgence of diseases and throwing the city into lockdown.
Is anyone else feeling feverish, achy, and acutely sensitive to light?
Oh my God, Peter, you've got measles.
Now hold on. Before we all freak out, it might just be full-body herpes.
It's at that moment when Lois realizes she made a mistake and wants to immediately vaccinate her son. But as always, Peter had to take things way too far, causing some casualties along the way.
All right, what else did I have to do today? Ah, yes, overdose in my apartment. I better get home.
Number 9. They mess with Michael J. Fox's illness.
Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. Now, we were going to show you the actual scene, but it would just make us all sad. So, I'm just going to tell you what happened.
You know, Family Guy's famous for dark, twisted humor, but there's moments that are just too dark even for them. That's why this time Peter himself decided to spare us the discomfort and tell us what happened at a dinner at Fox's house.
Anyway, that's what happened to my shirt. I'm glad we took the high road on this one. What's that? Oh, wait, now they're telling me they do want to show it.
Or at least that's what they wanted us to believe.
I really like the finish on this Shiraz. Son of a... What is your problem?
Yes, Family Guy did it again. And to add that cherry on the top, Peter goes on to tell us what happened next, only to give the joke an even darker twist.
Anyway, I sent him the bill, and he sent me this check, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to cash this.
Number 8. Brian and his suicidal tendencies.
Look, there's got to be some way out of here. Think! I don't know. You think of something. But I have no idea. So you invented a time machine, but you can't get us out of a safe?
There are some episodes in the show where a small group of characters find themselves in a tight spot, where tension's so thick you can cut it with a knife.
And this is one of those.
There's a gun in your safety deposit box, isn't there?
Brian and Stewie end up locked inside a bank vault, and as minutes are ticking by, the intensity just keeps cranking up.
Stewie, come on. You don't know how to use that thing. Oh, really? What if I held it sideways like a black guy?
And hey, if you thought throwing a baby, a dog, and a gun in a sealed room was the reason this episode made the cut, well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I keep it in case I ever want to commit suicide, okay? Sometimes it's all too much. Having the gun here, knowing there's a way out, it helps.
Yeah, that confession's pretty dark, spilling it to a baby, don't you think? Thankfully, Stewie is no ordinary baby.
I love you as one loves another person whom one simply cannot do without. And maybe that's enough.
Number 7. The death of Peter Jr.
Okay, Peter, I'm off to my book club. You'll babysit Stewie?
Only if I can have a popsicle.
Only if you say it right.
Popsicle.
While we all know Family Guy isn't exactly known for being gentle with their humor, we can also agree that they sometimes take it to a different level. And that's precisely what happened when Lois entrusted Peter with the care of Stewie.
I don't want a repeat of the last time I left you alone with one of our children. It's just so horrible.
I'm sorry, Lois.
Peter has undeniably proven himself to be a lousy father and an absolute despicable human being. But the revelation the show drops in this cutaway is simply mind-blowing. And as if it wasn't already shocking enough to discover that Peter is directly responsible for the tragic demise of his own son, Peter Jr., his twisted take on the matter is what takes it to that whole new level of, let's just say, messed up.
I thought if I shook him enough, he'd stop crying. I was kind of right.
Number 6. Stewie lets his therapist die.
I saw the kid who has cancer leave. That must have been fun.
We all know the youngest Griffin has a knack for the twisted, so it's no surprise when they dedicated an entire episode to his visit at the child's therapist.
I'm so good. Why can't I be on Broadway? I want to be on Broadway. I want the world to fall in love with me 8 times a week.
Stewie's out here bearing his soul, confessing his deepest obsessions. And that's when it takes a dark twist, when that doctor has a heart attack. The pills are right within Stewie's tiny grasp, but then comes the revelation.
There's one person that does know the real me, and that's you.
How far is he willing to go to protect him?
Not to sound ghoulish, but any indication how much longer you're going to linger?
I'm not sure. I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah, because you're still pretty chatty is why I'm wondering.
Undoubtedly, it's one of the show's darkest moments. Can we expect Stewie to feel remorse at least?
This is how you leave me.
Sorry.
Number 5. Incest on Halloween.
Doing? We're under attack, Brian! By zombies and vampires and a Mexican princess!
Halloween has arrived in Quahog, and the family's gearing up for an unforgettable night. As Stewie takes his inaugural plunge into trick-or-treating and Peter revels in tormenting Quagmire, Meg and Chris are getting ready for a party-filled evening.
If we wear our masks and we don't take them off for the whole party, the boys won't know who we are, and we'll have a better chance of hooking up. We're gonna hook up! I think we look hot. Totally hot.
Ugly bitch!
With the perfect excuse of costumes, Meg seizes the opportunity to crash a party and lock lips with a mysterious beau in the confines of a closet. And they're not wasting a second, no siree.
Oh my god, this is totally working! My god, you're gonna hook up with a boy! I know! I can't believe it!
But as expected, in the realm of Family Guy, things take a hilarious twisted turn.
Guys! Oh my god. Chris?
Meg?
Was darker than a bit of sibling incest under the anonymity of a Halloween costume. Well,
I hooked up with a chick tonight, and I am pretty darn proud of myself.
You're right, Chris. I hooked up with a guy tonight, a high school guy, and I think maybe he'll call tomorrow.
You may be disappointed.
Number 4. Peter has a stroke.
Oh,
God bless you, sir. You saved my life.
but at what cost? At what cost?
Family Guy never hesitating to crack jokes about sensitive topics, and they sure do know how to push those boundaries with their physical comedy in some pretty controversial situations. And here's one of them. It all kicks off when Peter saves the owner of a burger joint from a raging fire and scores free burgers as a reward.
I no longer feel the pain. Come to think of it, I can't really feel anything on the left half of my body.
Peter, are you winking at me?
Oh my God, someone call an ambulance!
After his stroke, poor Peter's left with half of his body paralyzed and setting the stage for a comedic roller coaster that'll have you questioning if it's perhaps a bit too much.
You are handing it to my stroke arm. This is my good arm. Bring the beer over here. That's better.
And the answer is no, it's never too much. To top that all off, the resolution of the situation once again embraces controversy, showcasing the classic Family Guy style.
How long was I in there?
About 5 minutes.
Why are we not funding this?
Number 3. Quagmire kills his sister's abuser.
Holy crap!
Oh my God! He must have autoerotically asphyxiated himself!
So one day the writers go ahead and try to tackle domestic violence, and let me tell you, that's a pretty dark and twisted sandwich, tasting way more intense than funny. The whole thing kicks off when Glenn's sister comes to take care of him after his close call with autoerotic asphyxiation.
Come on, Brenda! A stupid nursery rhyme isn't gonna wake him up, especially the way you sing. Right, man?
Glenn and the guys quickly realize the violent situation, and unable to find a peaceful solution, they decide to take matters into their own hands. Things take a seriously dark turn when their plan to off Jeff spirals out of control and poor Quagmire ends up getting killed.
We were just about to go on our annual midnight hunting trip. We thought you might want to join us. Yeah, what the hell? Go shoot some animals! That sounds like fun!
Or does he?
What the hell? I killed you!
I choke myself every day, you bastard.
In the end, the guys make it back home feeling all victorious, having pulled off a stone-cold murder, leaving us with a lot to think about, right?
Kinda wanna kill somebody else now. Oh, what?
Number 2. Stewie's knocked unconscious.
Well, I'm off to buy imaginary groceries.
And while that show is pushing the boundaries of humor, taking a bite out of crazy, we end up with a show like this episode. While Stewie's knocked out cold and seriously messed up, the Griffin kids come up with a brilliant plan of trying to sweep that whole thing under the rug. Get ready for some disturbing and, let's admit it, downright gross moments.
We just gotta clean the wound, Meg. Hand me that scrub brush.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Dad.
Now you'd think, once Peter finds out, they'd rush Stewie to the ER, no questions asked, but hold on to your horses.
And I wanted to take him to the hospital, but Chris wouldn't let me.
Good, Chris. I've taught you well. You got the right instincts.
The kids decide to take their dad's wise advice, and poor Stewie becomes the ultimate guinea pig for all sorts of twisted experiments. Eventually, when Peter realizes the little guy ain't waking up, he figures it's time to step in. Well, sort of.
I got one last plan, Meg.
Oh my God!
And number 1, the death of Brian.
Okay, Brian, I'm just putting this out there, but I'm a baby, and only dicks don't let babies win.
So while we're talking about dark moments, the top spot in our ranking had to go to the episode that made us stop laughing.
Brian, look out!
That gruesome and vivid accident befalling our beloved Brian isn't only shocking, but also presented in such explicit detail that not even a Family Guy style punchline managed to bring a smile to our faces. Just watching Brian on the brink of death made us momentarily forget that we were watching a comedy show, and although Stewie would eventually bring him back in the future, this moment of despair never faded from our minds. I don't know, what about yours?
You've given me a wonderful life. I love you all.
Once again, thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to subscribe and like the video for more Family Guy content. Why don't you check out top 10 weirdest moments in Family Guy shown on your screen right now, cause it's hilarious.